Hey, it's Aaron the Metal Theologian. Alright, let's check this shit out. It's my second take, so it doesn't sound wooden, but yeah, so we're gonna do a fucking cooking video. Because I found this thing on a box of Little Debbie cakes. And that just looks fucking magical. Strawberry shortcake roll trifle. Using Little Debbie strawberry shortcake rolls. And basically, well, here's what we're gonna do first. First, we're gonna look at this record because we're listening to Coven of the Snake by Arrowhead. And Coven of the Snake is such a great name for a record. And between that and the fucking cover, they pretty much sucked me in. And I'll tell you, this is one of the best fucking things I've heard. I've been checking out a lot of shit on this Ripple label. Like, I just got a bunch of cheapies from them, man. And there were a few that, like, really just jumped out at me. This was one of them for sure. A couple others, too. That Mount Atlas one, too. I played the shit out of that one, man. But Arrowhead, yeah. Like, I should probably know more about that band at this point, but I don't. Alright, so anyway, this fucking recipe is totally like something out of, like, the 50s, right? I mean, this is, like, the spirit that I'm kind of going for with this whole, like, cooking thing anyway. Like, you know, the fucking pickled eggs were good for that. The Spam cakes were, like, the ultimate, that first one that I did. The jambalaya, though, I don't think that one really came off as well, because, I mean, you know, it was a fun video to make and all, but, like, you know, you're not going to learn how to make jambalaya from my ass, so. Okay, anyway, so, yeah, so we're going to fucking do this. This is basically, is just fucking, Little Debbie cakes and a bunch of fucking instant pudding, and I got some Cool Whip to put in there, too, because I was going to get fucking whipped cream, right? Just because this picture looks like it has everything for, like, the perfect dessert, except for whipped cream. And it occurred to me that Cool Whip would actually be even more authentic. So that's what we're going to do. Alright, let's check this shit out. The fucking... Alright, so place carton of cakes. It's not like I've ever made this shit before. This is bullshit, you know? Okay, place carton of cakes in freezer for 1 hour. Freezing the cakes makes them easier to slice. Well, uncharacteristically, I actually planned ahead. Prepare pudding according to directions on package. Cover and chill. Then after cakes have had time to freeze, slice them into half-inch pieces. Place a layer of cakes in bottom of clear serving bowl. Top with half of pudding. Repeat. Arrange remaining pieces of cake on top and garnish with sliced strawberries. Okay. Oh, and I love that it says you can use vanilla pudding. Banana pudding's in the thing, but there's like a little asterisk and says you can use vanilla pudding too if you prefer. Alright, so we're gonna make our fucking pudding is what we're gonna do. So... God damn it. Alright, let's check this shit out. Here's our fucking Jello pudding. You know, half where I like making videos like this, I imagine the Europeans watching this shit and just being so appalled. You know? But I think it's awesome. Fuck yes. So I'm making 2 of these fuckers, so I gotta figure out how much, Wow, 3 cups of milk for one of these things. Well, shit. Yeah, I got a half gallon. Should be plenty of milk. There's a lot of pudding, though, man. I thought it was fucking... This is going to be like, you know, maybe 2 or 3 servings. It says serve 6, though, and I figure that usually means serves 2. This might actually be kind of huge. Fuck. Whoever invented instant pudding... It's a fucking genius. Make sure I'm doing this right. Hang on 1 second. Okay, 3 cups. And it'll be soft set in 5 minutes. I love the little warning on here. Note: pudding will not set if made with soy milk. I think instead of note, it should say warning. That would be funnier. It said, warning, pudding will not set if made with soy milk. Alright, 3 cups, so I need 6 cups. So let's bust out the milk, then we're going to start that fucking thing going. I wonder how much this is showing up on the thing. I'm pouring the thing into a big, like, my big measuring cup here. Look at that shit. There's another 2. We're getting this one right on camera. That looks about right. My experience doesn't matter that much. You want to see what else we're going to do? Actually, I just thought a good idea, man. We're going to do something a little bit special for this shit. Here, so check this out, man. We've got the pure vanilla extract going here. Put a little splash of that shit in there. Maybe breaks the authenticity a bit. But you know, if there's one thing you know about the metal theologian, it's that he's a decadent motherfucker. Alright, let's get the shit in the fucking KitchenAid. I'm trying to keep the shit from sticking to the bottom of the thing. Yeah, this is great television right now, I'm sure, with like me all the way over fucking here and shit. But hey, this is real life, man. And believe it or not, yeah, setting the timer because I'm also spacey. Yeah, believe it or not, this is really hard for me because, like, I normally will cook really slowly. Like, I cut slowly. Everything is super slow. Alright, so we're going to prepare our fucking little Debbie cakes. Like I said, I planned ahead and put them in the freezer. This is another little surprise, okay? And the thing that said that, it makes 6. Or, I mean, you need 6 for the recipe, right? And I was sort of imagining a little thing, and then I realized this whole fucking box is just 6. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I think we're going to bust out the Pyrex for this shit. That's doing fine. So we're going to do this like a casserole. It'll be like a sweet casserole of deliciousness. It's gonna be, you know the funny thing about a recipe like this is of course it's gonna be good. Like the Spam cakes too. I mean, if you can't stand Spam, then it's gonna be awful because Spam pretty much dominates. But if you like Spam, of course it's gonna be delicious. I mean, what's not to fucking like? It's a pancake with a bunch of salt. That's delicious, you know? Actually, I might have told this story before, but goddamn, a long time ago, when I was living in San Francisco still, so maybe like 15 years ago now, I got really sick. I was in the hospital for a couple weeks and shit. And when I got out, I mean, I have no idea what the fuck they're giving me and shit, because I was on drugs, like, you know, fucking crazy and shit. But when I got home, I was fucking craving salt, like for a couple days. So I'm cutting these in half-inch pieces here. And I'm just eyeballing it. So anyway, like, I went to this fucking Hawaiian restaurant with a couple friends. It's funny, I had surgery, I could like barely walk around and shit. But they had that Hawaiian thing that's like a nigiri sushi, only with Spam. And I had one of those, and it was like heaven. So, like, even though I've never quite, like, full-on just, you know, loved a serving of Spam like I did that day, like, I still have a certain amount of, like, respect for Spam because, like, once upon a time, Spam really hit the spot for me when I really needed it, and it gained some appreciation. You're never going to hear me shit on Spam after that. I mean, I'll joke about it because it's fucking funny, you know? But, like, underneath it, there's, like, some genuine affection for Spam here. So, I just want to be clear about that here. This isn't, like, Mr. fucking doing the shit out of irony because I'm a fucking snob and a prick show. This is like the We Love America show. And we celebrate it by making fucking Little Debbie cake casseroles with fucking pudding. Let me check this shit. Hang on a second. should be about right if the shit didn't all stick to the bottom. Yeah, it feels kind of thin, but it doesn't feel like there's a ton of shit. It does seem like a ton of milk still. Who am I to argue with science, right? I mean, because that's what the fuck goes into this shit, is fucking science. Yeah, alright, it has to like sit for like 5 minutes. I was warning about that because it's kind of runny when it comes out. So. All the thought that went into this video, like, will it be too long if I like let it set? Nah, it's fine. It's only 5 minutes. I would keep an eye on it though. I tend to set timers for every little thing too, because I space out. So it's a way of controlling that. Alright, so let's get back to this shit right here, man. This is what we're doing here. Yeah, I don't think I really showed these yet. So these are individually wrapped, of course. I mean, the fucking loaves and fishes that Jesus fed the multitudes, those were individually wrapped too. Everyone knows that, so of course these are individually wrapped. That's just the way it is. Oh, you know something? This is actually, I don't think I'm going to really layer this shit. I think I'm going to put it all into one layer instead. It's so weird. I have no idea what kind of container I should put this in. I'm probably just fucking totally overthinking it. But fuck it. I don't care because I'm going to eat the shit out of it. Alright, so the key to do a video like this is keeping the stories going, right? Because otherwise it just sound like fucking shows. And, you know, look, cutting shit up. That's why they edit so much on those fucking, you know, like all those cooking guys. And I gotta be honest, actually, I would totally have to do that too. I mean, because like I said, I'm a slow cook. I can't sit here and make a fucking video live. It's actually the other reason Spencer always helped me, because like, he'll sit there and edit a video. And he's not too impatient like how I am. Alright. Actually, the reason why, you know, I sort of crack wise about that, and the same thing's true with the other kid, but like, they actually really enjoy that shit. And I think that's great. Like, I'm a little bit envious, because, you know, I'm an avid job, and like, I'm pretty good at what I do. And, you know, I wouldn't presume to think that I'm the greatest of all time, but that's because I spent enough years thinking I was the greatest when I was younger, and I realized I fucking wasn't, you know. The risk of sounding a little bit pretentious there. So, but yeah, you know, it's just like whatever, but like both these kids are like, Spencer's like really into the engineering, and Coltrane's like really into the computers, and both of those are like really saleable things, you know what I mean? Whereas for me, it's just total means to an end, you know what I mean? I'm really into records. I'm going to flip over this Arrowhead one real quick here. But, you know. That said, I've actually been letting go of a few records lately. Just like, you know, for a little extra cash and, you know, putting the shit out like kind of high, and if someone wants to pay it, then cool, but not like desperate to get rid of anything, you know, but it's like about extra record money or whatever, that's cool. And, you know, I have a lot of records that I listen to a lot, and a lot of records that I feel like I come back to, but there's a lot of shit that's just been sitting there, and it's, you know. So, yeah, so when you do something like that, or at least when I do it, it's like I go through and I see all the shit that I've kind of forgotten about for a long time, you know? I sort of joked about this on the Man Cave of Doom podcast the other night, if you watched that, but in case you didn't. I have a fucking beautiful copy of John Barleycorn Must Die. And I honestly don't know how I ended up with it. It's like, that's one of those bands that I gave another chance to, and I got really into the hippie records a couple of years ago. And I still didn't really think much of them, honestly, but it was like, that's the sort of record where I would have found it cheap somewhere for $2 and bought a scuffed copy, not really giving a shit, right? But this copy I have is like immaculate. And like, I really don't deserve it. So that one's up there. A lot of them are just great albums that I actually really do like, but I just never play them, you know what I mean? Like, shit, what did I sell? Like, I let go of my Moving Gelatin Plates album. You know? I got nothing bad to say about that record. I don't think it's like an all-time great. You know, if you get better examples, I let go of my Duello Madre record. I'm not sure if I have their name right because they're Italian, but and my Italian isn't all that fantastic. But from when I was listening to a lot of that Italian shit, I kind of remembered that one as being sort of a gem in the lot, you know? So I look at one like that and I go, man, this is one of the ones I really liked. Not like, I don't know, that Capitolo 6 band, although I don't have that record anymore. Shit, I can picture a cover, but I can't think of the name of the band. Anyway, it was just one of the ones that I remember doesn't get the hype, like a Day Day Lind or a Dalton or an Alpha Taurus. It's funny to talk about hyped Italian prog bands. But those are sort of like the top shelf ones. And these guys are sort of like second tier, but I like this one more than a lot of those other ones, right? But the thing is, I still never fucking played it. So I can sit here and tell you why it's a cool record, but it just sits there. So it should go to someone who loves it, you know? Alright, this thing says it's been 5 minutes. So I'm going to check out the pudding here, and we're going to make an executive decision. Yeah, I think that's pretty well set. I don't know. You know what's funny? Like, if you were around, like, in the 50s and actually, like, made shit like this, my antics probably look fucking ridiculous, you know? Alright, so we're just going to try and pour this shit over and see how it comes out. Yeah, this is totally the wrong container for this. I'm gonna fucking start over, man. This is bullshit. It's a fucking disaster. What the hell? I think it's all gonna get mixed together anyway, but I'm gonna at least try to sort of like layer it a little bit. Right. So here we go. I'm actually doing this for a reason too. Because you're supposed to layer it, right? Now obviously I kind of fucked up the layering with these things. But I figure I could still layer the Cool Whip in the middle. I'm really going for like a church lady type of thing here, you know? Where you like go to the fucking, you know, you go to the church picnic high. And someone shows up with this, and you're like, I don't know what the fuck that is, but I want some right now. I actually never went to a church picnic high. But you get the idea. Alright, so check this shit out. I kind of fucked up the plating a little here, but... So that's going to be our first layer. Here's what I did. I ended up putting it all in that fucking, like, big thing. I thought the layers are going to come out, I just thought the proportions were going to work out differently. So I dumped it all in, there it is, in this fucking flat thing, and I'm transferring it to this, but I'm doing it for a reason, and I'll show you this. It's total bullshit anyway. What we're going to do is we're going to layer the Cool Whip and the fruit in the middle instead of just garnishing a little bit on top. If I just garnish it on top, it just looks like fucking pudding with a couple berries on top, right? But we're gonna make fucking, I don't know, does this count as a parfait? Look at this. I went with a big fucking Cool Whip tub, you know why? Because this is America, that's why. It's like if you're fucking hanging out in like, you know, Canada maybe, or Britain, or Germany, and you're thinking, Jesus Christ, That fucking Cool Whip container, those Cool Whip containers they have in America, they're obscene. The metal theologian is here to say, you're goddamn fucking right. Alright, so there's your layer. I really don't want to put on too much Cool Whip. I mean, I really do like this shit, okay? Like, there's a certain amount of, like, bullshit here, but it's bullshit mixed with a genuine love. But even with that genuine love, I feel like I want to go a little easy with the Cool Whip. We're gonna get the berries now, those are what we're gonna fuck with. Oh, I think I left them frozen. See, in America, we don't like buy like fucking berries and shit. We get them in convenient packets like this. Seriously, I'm like celebrating America here as I make this fucker. I just want y'all to realize that. If I keep coming back to it, it's because that's like a theme. God damn it. The fucking pull tab didn't go all the way underneath the skid part. You know what's funny is I'm usually not very self-conscious on camera, but the most self-conscious I ever am is when I'm like cooking. Alright, so we're just gonna dump these berries in here. Fucking form a little layer here like this. So check this shit out. This is what we're going for here. See that shit? See that red, white, and blue there with the Cool Whip? Alright, now we're going to put the rest of this together. Really glad I have a dishwasher when I do rest shit like this. Fucking experiments don't work out too well, but I'll tell you something. This is going to be fucking delicious. And I am not mad at all about this layer. This is still the dumbest fucking thing ever. Yeah. Fucking who needs Rhett and Link, man? They have fucking chefs making weird shit for them. Alright, seriously though, no more fucking around because we're getting almost done here. You gotta take a look at this because we're gonna have to decide whether we're going to put Cool Whip on the top or not. I'm thinking we probably do. Or we're gonna have to look at the layers and see, you know. Boy, was that stupid. Okay. Whoa. So, spreading the shit out, getting it nice. Good. So we came up a little bit short. This is gonna look so good on the side. This is totally gonna fucking take you back to high school. Alright, look at this fucking shit. Look at this. Look at this shit. Oh yeah, look at that. That's fucking... Does that look like a fucking dessert or what? Hell yeah, it's a lot more than I thought. So I don't know, I kind of feel like there should be more like whipped cream on top or something, but I think we're just gonna leave it. And like, I'll make an executive decision when we chilled for a few hours. So I'll come back for like the grand like unveiling, but it's probably actually gonna be tomorrow for me. So all right, see you then. I always want to say, thanks for watching. You know, but it's like when you're watching the video, it always seems kind of stupid when the guy's like, okay, I'll see you tomorrow, and then like, hey, how's it going? It's tomorrow. You know, it's like, what the fuck? So I'm not gonna do that. Or I'm gonna try real hard not to.
We going?
Alright, cool, thanks.
I guess I'm gonna crop it out anyway.
Alright, so it's been about 20, not quite 24 hours, but pretty close. So, and you know, you make banana pudding, and like you put in the the cookies, whatever you use, the vanilla wafers or the chessmen or whatever you use for banana pudding, and like it's kind of better as it sort of absorbs. So that's kind of the reasoning for letting this go. So I think those strawberry shortcakes are going to be awesome. So here we go. Gonna put some Cool Whip on there. Yeah, Coltrane's helping me with filming, so he's not on camera though. Which is sort of like the early days of Spencer, actually, too. I've been watching for a long time, so if I'm gonna stop, I'll make him self-conscious. All right, so you see this shit? Look at these layers. Look at that shit. You see that? Look at that. Here, bring that around here because we're gonna dig into it now. Look at that. Oh my god. You know what this is called? It's called fucking heaven in a bowl. Look at that. How much of this do you want, my friend? Do you want more?
That's alright.
Okay. Oh shit, I gave you a spoon more. What am I gonna do? Look at that. It's all puddingy and Cool Whippy and fruity and strawberry shortcakey. It's fantastic. Look at that. What a mess this is, actually, isn't it? It's hilarious. All right, time to try it. I'm sure it's going to be awesome, but it's also bizarre. Here. A spoon for you. You just use one hand. You can give this a try now, all right? Look at that shit. It looks all weird and fucked. Well, it's awesome. It tastes like pudding and fruit and Cool Whip though. So here I actually got some of the, I can't even really show it, but if you see that jelly, that's from the strawberry shortcake roll. So we're actually trying the combo now. So it's actually awesome. But like the actual jelly is almost a little too much. Like just like the strawberry shortcake is already like all the way at the top, and that extra like pop with the strawberry jelly in there sort of, you know what I mean? It's almost like too much. So I don't know if I really recommend this or not. I'm sure it's terrible for you, but you know something? That's what you get when you cook with metal tea. That should be my little fucking line. That'll be like my sign-off line. You know how like these tools like fucking vinylize and shit, they always have these little like sign off, like cutesy sayings. That'll be mine. This is so fucking crazy. It defies comprehension. Alright, well thanks for watching. Next time I find some other bullshit, we'll do it again. Take care.